So the easiest way to pull out ivy is literally just go down to that ground, grab it, or yank it out as best you can, get all the roots.
Hey everybody, Sean and Allison
Hey guys.
here from Spoken Garden, and we've got a big project going on. It's kind of multiple parts.
We're reclaiming a part of Allison's mom's yard here. It's overgrown with a lot of English ivy. It's invasive here in the Pacific Northwest. It grows up trees, it smothers shrubs if you just let it go. So we can't let it do that. We're reclaiming this area, and we're going to show you here just a minute what we're talking about.
So basically, to give you guys a sense of the space, most of you know we're growing everything in containers in my mom's yard, and it's this whole back part of her yard. So the part we're going to do, if I could show you, is back there where Sean is in the corner. So my mom has said, if you want to remove all of that, you can use that space for now while we're still kind of borrowing this part of her garden. So what we have here, it's like kind of full sun right now, as you can see. So it's this will end up being kind of a partial shade, maybe a little bit of full sun out here. So it'll allow us to move some more containers over there and just kind of spread out a little bit. Are we going to put anything in the ground over there?
We haven't talked about that yet. We've got a lot of candidates that we could do that with, but right now we just need to get this cleared off, and we're going to come up with a plan a little bit later. We've already dug up quite a bit of it. It's just in this span right here, so that's what we've got dug up. We've got a lot more to go. You can see here, it's kind of mounded up. There used to be an old oak tree right here. It's trying to regrow. Done that for many years. Cut it back, regrows, cut it back, regrows. We're finally going to just remove all this ivy, get rid of this tree, dig it out, do whatever we got to do, and reclaim this whole area. Now, ivy can be pretty crazy here in the Pacific Northwest. It'll, like I was saying before, it'll cover like shrubs, it'll smother them. It grows up trees like this one right here. I mean, look at this. I mean, in the Pacific Northwest and a lot of our forests, ivy goes crazy. It'll go all the way up the tree, and it'll literally get so heavy and so thick that the tree gets so bogged down, it can pull trees over with its weight under certain conditions. So we gotta cut all this back, remove it from here. We're pretty much figuring this is gonna be our Earth Day project, so this will be released a little bit after that, but we're trying to do our part a little bit for Earth Day. So the easiest way to pull out ivy is literally just go down to that ground, grab it, or yank it out as best you can, get all the roots as best you can. Some people will go through and dig all the soil up and sift through it. We're not going to do that today because that's too much work. We'll remove it today, and then anything that comes up later, we'll come through it and remove later too. We'll just keep on top of it and keep removing as it occurs. So yeah, ivy's just pretty easy. Just yank and pull. Just start clearing it out. We're gonna do our best here. I think we're gonna put down some mulch later on after we get all this cleared out, and that'll help squelch any of the other weeds and the ivy. And that's what we're doing today.
All right, here's our debris pile. We're just gonna keep it here until we're ready to go dump it. We're keeping it up on the tarp because one thing with ivy is that it will re-root and start growing again. So we're gonna keep it like this for the next couple days until we're ready to take it to the yard waste disposal. Okay, you guys, a quick check-in here. We actually, in about an hour, we got all of it pretty much cleared up, at least for the first round of like pulling. Like Sean said, we'll need to come back in here and do a little bit more. But you can see, like, we can actually see the ground. I can't remember the last time in my mom's yard that we saw this area.
It's been a while.
It's been a long time. And then it looks so much better. It's all pulled off of this old tree. There's still a few kind of like stragglers, but they won't, that's not gonna be a problem. Those will die.
Yep. We just need to make sure that we get all the debris picked up from the ground because it will re-root real easy.
No.
Here, even those small little pieces.
Our plan now is just to kind of get in here with our rake and get as much of the little stuff as we can, and we'll see what we missed, and then yeah, go from there. And then Sean, what's going on with what's the plan with our this old tree here?
So the plan is you guys see how big that old tree is? I mean, look at that trunk. This tree was huge when it was first cut down. You can see it's started regrowing here. The plan is to cut pretty much all of these big pieces out as best we can today. We don't have our chainsaw ready to go, so what's going to happen is I'm going to cut them down at the base down here, but I'm going to leave a little bit to recut it later, because I'm going to recut it with the chainsaw, treat it with something, and it'll kill the roots, and it won't regrow again. So that's the plan.
And it is sad to think this was a beautiful old tree, but it was way too big for this yard. And it actually started bringing up pipes under the ground. Sean, how old do you think all this newer growth is?
I'd say it's at least 3 to maybe 5 years. At least this piece going up this way. But I mean, down here, yeah, 7 or so years down at the base to get that girth on that, to get that size on that little trunk there.
Oh my gosh, look how big this is, you guys. The diameter of this tree was huge.
Mm-hmm.
So it is sad, but it's not really doing that well anyway, and it needs to come out.
Yep,
so
we're reclaiming the area.
okay, we got as far as we're going to get today because we need the chainsaw, right?
Yep, the chainsaw, and we're missing some bar oil. So I can't run the chainsaw without the bar oil. So we'll come back and we'll cut these and do what we were talking about before as we described it. But right now, I mean, this looks great.
I know,
and it's really cleaned out.
Yeah, this is super fun. So, I can't wait for us to just get the rest of the tree out and just, again, level this a little bit. So thank you guys for watching. We hope that was helpful. And if you are pulling your own ivy, let us know in the comments, or if you have pulled it before.
Yep, and let us know how you did it. There's a couple different ways to do this, and this is how we ended up doing it. Tell us how you do it. Let us know. Thanks everybody for being here. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe and make sure to leave us a comment down below, and we'll see you later.
All right, bye everybody.
Bye.